I would say that there are a handful of people. I will use myself as an example because I'm totally narcissistic. I'm a VTuber. So I had an interesting video recommended in my Briley's React Requests channel in my Discord, or in the Discord that I use. A video by a Greg Guevara, nailed it. A video titled, "I am once again asking you to make your art pro-social." So my immediate thoughts are that I I would think art would be some form of commentary or expression of some kind of social meaning. Sometimes it's just the feelings that can be shared between two people. Sometimes it's a life experience. But I don't know where this guy's going to be taking it. We will find out. Take it away, Greg.
My most recent release on my main channel, There's Something Wrong with My AI Girlfriend's Face, was created by an expert-level animator, an expert-level music producer, and an expert-level lyricist. And together, we created something that none of us would have been able to create by ourselves. The people that I made this video with were all people that I knew in real life, and all people that I greatly respect the work of. I like their stuff, and because I know them in real life, I actually enjoy their work more. I'm invested in their success. More broadly, I've moved to Toronto recently, and I've started a community of creatives in the area. They come by, they co-work together. I'm telling you this because artists seem to me to be in a pretty bad spot right now in terms of community. And I am making this video almost begging you to make your art and the way you make your art more pro-social. There is an insane amount of talent.
Okay, so maybe, so he's getting, is he getting to the point that, or, I am so great at phrasing myself today. He's kind of going towards the idea, I guess, that there should be more social connection between the artists as they're working, how they can branch out, meet other people, trying to produce similar kinds of stuff, get to know each other. It would definitely make it a lot easier for connections to be made between people with the common ground, and this guy's just coming from a place of creativity, artistry.
Lingering around right now. And those people, those talented people, are desperate for a place to be and somewhere to direct their work to. And you can be the person that organizes these people and combines their talents into unique ways. Not only
I mean, I've thought of things like that, but I also don't. There's also a very big tightrope, or a very thin tightrope, actually, of how do you balance promoting people's art that they're super proud of, that they have vested meaning in, and then getting that out to an audience that would be willing to receive such kinds of art, I guess, that want to see that kinds of thing. With my videos and stuff, I don't like the idea of paying people in exposure. I fucking hate that. I would pay everybody I can. I pay the outfit artists for sure. Editors, don't be mad, please. Though there could be ways where have like an artist spotlight segment. I don't know how well that would do as like standalone videos. I know it could do quite well for like, I'm pretty sure it's been doing pretty well for Surus. He has his fan art section at the end of his videos, so that he still does show off the wonderful artists in his community. So that could definitely be a direction other creators can take I wonder if he has any other ideas. Probably. We got another 5 minutes to go.
Only is doing this not that hard, it is actually disproportionately powerful in terms of the value you produce for the people who are in that community that you're creating. It is disproportionately rewarding because nobody is doing it. When I made this community in Toronto and started inviting these successful people to the studio, you would expect there to be a lot of competition for what I'm offering. And there wasn't, because nobody is doing it. Everyone's isolated, everyone's alone, everyone wants more people in their network to help, to have peers that they enjoy the work of, to also enjoy their work. I did it because I'm neurotic. I'm a neurotic mess. And little problems that kind of pass in and out of the thoughts of most people are huge to me, and I just stare at them until I solve them. So that's a rare neuroticism W in terms of creating community here. I'll give myself that. Community.
Interesting. I did a different kind of approach. I have my Discord community that, well, it's not only an open space for creators to share their work. There's a channel for that. The hard part is actually getting more people interested in checking out the self promo besides just encouraging people to do that. That's also another tricky one. It's a lot easier to build that personable connection in like a IRL community get together kind of thing, because the person's there, you can physically see them, you can directly talk to them. I do find that voice chat does help sort of bridge that gap just a little bit online. It doesn't quite breach the same ground, so to speak. I would imagine like VR chat daily, or not daily meetups, but regular VR community meetups for creators and other artists that might also help bridge the gap there. I don't know. It's worth looking into. I definitely want to get into VR chat. I just need to convert my model into it.
Isn't optional. It's not something that's nice to have. It is absolutely essential that you have it. If you are making art and you don't know anybody that enjoys your art, or if you are consuming art and you don't know anybody whose art you are consuming, if you don't have any mentors or any kind of guidance or map for how to succeed at what you are doing, you can still succeed. You're just playing it on hard mode for some reason. You toggled it to hard without even knowing. And I'm making this video.
That is very true. One of the main ways that a lot of like editors, painters, sketch artists, whatever have you, one of the main ways all types of artists grow is talking with each other, getting to know each other somewhat, getting to learn about their process. How do they go about creating such a thing? And then other people like you can start to learn that, and then you start applying that, and then you think of a new way to engage at a similar problem, and then they'll be like, oh, I didn't think they could be like that. That's honestly a lot of how it goes with at least editing. And well, yeah.
Just to bring some awareness to the fact that you're playing it on hard mode, okay? You can make it alone. You just shouldn't want to. I'm really getting sick of how collectively, unconsciously sick we all are. Like, we have this vision of an artist who is alone, a great man with a great gaming PC or whatever, and they're just perfecting their craft little by little until they make the perfect piece of work. I am sick of watching talented people.
I'm hearing the one-size-fits-all logic, and it's concerning me. From Greg or me? Because, like, I am kind of going for more of a broader response, but I'm also trying to tailor it to how I approach things. Maybe I can find... Maybe just... Greg? Oh, okay, fair enough. still, I'm still spitballing things because maybe I can improve how I do it. Maybe there's somebody that's still wanting to get into this, and well, they hear what I have to say, and then they get inspired from that. Who knows? You never really know. It's the internet. But yeah, we'll have to see if he's got more precise stuff. I don't know how to phrase it right now.
People think that if they just look at their computer screen alone another 3 hours a day, then they'll finally get good enough to have art worth perceiving. No, you're not going to do it. You're not going to make it alone. And again, even if you make it alone, why would you want that? Community has problems. There will be tensions between personalities, uncomfortable situations. I want you to have those problems, though, because those are way better problems to have than not having any community. You need.
We are social creatures after all. We've since humanity's inception, I guess, it's been you work with the group of the rest of us or you die, you starve, literally. It's within the last few thousand years, really, out of the tens of potentially 100,000 years that at least our recent ancestors have lived. So it's still ingrained in our brain that we do kind of need social acceptance. And I am definitely sure there are people that can explain it better than I can. Take care, Lena.
People to share your successes and failures with. You need to have people you can pool your resources together with. You need that, okay? That's not optional. And that might mean getting rid of some of your copes. It might mean realizing you're not quite as introverted as you thought you were or as antisocial as you believe yourself to be. I am sick of how unconsciously sick we all are. World's sick, you're sick, I'm clearly very sick, but I do know what I'm talking about here. The point of art is to be shared with people.
True.
Not with just with yourself, okay? Other human beings. That's why you're making art. There is a case to be made that, you make art for yourself, and I don't not believe you, but it's like language is.
I would say that there are a handful of people. I will use myself as an example because I'm totally narcissistic. I'm a VTuber, but largely with a lot of the pictures I make, it's what appeals to me. What do I genuinely want to do? If I'm working on something that I actually have an idea in my head, I'm kind of getting into it, I'm liking my groove, I'm putting in tons more effort than if somebody just makes a request of something that I'm not that into, but not totally averse to. I'm not going to put my all into it. And I feel like I'm on a tangent unrelated to what he just said, but I can't remember. So let's continue.
For you, but it's mostly for other people, okay?
Right. It's about sharing the actual effort you put into. For the people that do put in tons of this effort, even if it is a project that they're making just because they want to see it, it's also really nice feeling when you make something that just because you wanted to see it, and then you go and show somebody else and they're like, oh shit, I'm so glad that exists now. You can share art without having to interact with other directly. I mean, look at physical art galleries. This is true. And also just like anonymously posting online, but then you're still sharing that with other people, whether or not you get direct feedback. I do largely think that art comes from a place of communication, and you can't really communicate with yourself. You're just thinking things then. So I do think that art inherently is about communication, whether it's feelings, whether it's specific instances or whatever.
You're confusing your internal monologue with all of language. So before you dedicate the next year to becoming 10% better at your craft, maybe make a friend first, if you don't have that. Okay, maybe make one friend that enjoys your work and gives you feedback about your work.
As easy as it is to say that, it is also super duper hard. And I know this guy isn't going to be coming from this direction at all, but especially within the VTuber scene, there are going to be a lot of people that, as you're getting into any form of artistic creation, they also want to advance themselves, and they want to finally see fan art of themselves, kind of thing. And oh, I just made a friend that's an artist. Hey, poke. Hey, mate, you want to draw me? I personally don't like that. I can't really think of people that I've pushed directly to draw fan art of me, but I have gotten fan art and I've really appreciated it. But yeah, there are definitely, you can most definitely make friends that will genuinely give you critique. It's just not as easy as just make friends, forehead.
And then enjoy their work and give them feedback about their work. If you can do that, I would say you could be 10% worse at your craft, and that's still going to be better for you in the long run. We are all making art in inherently unfamiliar, hostile, psychic.
Friends and family can also be terrible critics. Absolutely true. Because they are typically biased towards you. They want to make you feel good about the projects you're putting into, and then sometimes that just lets actual critique fall through, so maybe something doesn't actually get addressed, and it's just like a repeating little thing that doesn't really detract from the entire art that they make. But it would just be like a simple, oh, hey, you could do this instead, and they'd be like, oh, I can. It's just sometimes something they never think about. But that's why it's important to have relationships with other any type of creator that can give you that critical eye. I try my best, but I mean, we're all affected by biases.
Territory for people we'll never meet to feed a machine that does not have our best interests at heart. Okay? If you hear all of this and you still want to do it alone, go ahead. Do it alone. Play on hard mode. But you don't have to play on hard mode. Making art is difficult. Making successful art is even more difficult, and doing all of that alone is nearly impossible. Not only is it hard to do it alone, you shouldn't even want that. The road you are walking is littered with bones, and most of them died alone. It shouldn't have to be this hard, but it is. Make it a little less hard for yourself and the people around you. That's it. I'm doing calls on my Patreon. You can spend $500 for the month, and I'll call you 4 times, once a week, for an hour each. Really? And I'll give you deadlines for your own self-described goal.
Self-promo. I respect the hustle. Are we still self-promoting?
For that, or if there's no slots left by the time that you see this, guess what? You can do this right now for free by just reaching out to a friend, enjoying their work, have them enjoy your work. And
oh, it was a broader point. My bad, Greg.
$500 for the month, and I'll call you 4 times, once a week, for an hour each. And I'll give you deadlines for your own self-described goals, which we'll also talk about. It's a kind of an attempt at providing mentorship as well and giving you a more specific frame. I'm still going to be posting free stuff on this channel which is more abstract advice. This is more if you want something specific, tailored to you over a longer period of time. If you can't afford that, or if there's no slots left by the time that you see this, guess what? You can do this right now for free by just reaching out to a friend, enjoying their work, have them enjoy your work, and then give feedback and deadlines for each other. Or find someone you like who's a little older than you and has some wisdom on you and ask to be their mentee. You will be surprised how many people actually want that and don't even know it until you suggest it.
That I would definitely believe that. But yeah, I'd like that he lists all these mentorship stuff and then goes into, you can just make a friend and do that. My biggest issue is he doesn't really go into a whole lot of how do you go about making those friends. I can't really suggest a whole ton. I've suggested some other stuff before on this channel, like what was it? Something that I did. You could probably do something similar to yours, to tailor to your tastes or whatever. But I posted on the local conventions forums, and I hosted a Naruto cosplay picnic. And well, I thought nobody would be interested, and it turns out like 30 people were interested. So that was just like 1 year kind of thing that I just did. And well, that was a lot of people that I shared an interest with Naruto with, so that's one thing you can do. You can also I can't really give pointed advice for this because it's like it's so vague. I can just recommend, if you want to make friends online, hit up the Discord. Hit up the Discord in my description. Lots of people in there, lots of friendly faces, and who knows? Maybe you can voice chat with people. We do have a ping in that chat in the Discord that you can just type VC ping, like at VC ping in the No Mic channel, and if people are available and they want to chat, well, they'll hop into voice chat. I think the record was like 8 at once. There may have been more, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Yeah, exactly. TLDR, community good. Be part of one. Yeah, in the end, we're those social creatures. We do. Even the most introverted people among us will still, I know, sus, will still need at least some kind of social engagement. Usually not as much as extroverted people. I mean, that's kind of the dynamic. But yeah, find a community that resonates with your interests and say hi to people. It can definitely be scary, but it can also lead to genuine friendships. Thanks for watching. Like it if you like it, dislike if you didn't. Let me know in the comments why you think I'm wrong. Check out the community on Discord. And remember, if you can't be the sharpest tool in the shed, you can always be the hoe. Just want to take a quick second and thank all the beeps that have joined my channel through the memberships. So thank you, Joestar, Maxi Kitty, JM, and Hero.